Hey guys, it's Frank with Frank Talks, and today I wanted to talk about what is a conservative and why it matters to your life. But first, I have some great news. As of yesterday, I am now a certified life coach. Some of you guys know I've been working to create a life coaching business through Frank Talks. Uh, I've been working for a little while with a web designer. This process has been taking a lot longer than expected. Uh, Days have turned into months, and quite frankly, I'm getting a little depressed about this. If you guys have any suggestions on how I can move forward with this web designer and just get this process moving forward, I'm welcome to all suggestions at this point. But I'm just saying this to let you guys know it's just taking longer than normal. It is coming down the line. Um, let's see. So I wanted to talk, like I said, I wanted to talk about what does it mean to be a conservative, and this is a topic that I've covered quite a bit on this channel. Um, so this is the political spectrum that most people are familiar with. It's not the one that I use. That's probably a subject for another video, another time. I am a big fan of the founders' political spectrum. So on the founders' political spectrum, you have on the far left, there is ruler's law or tyranny. And on the far right, there is no law or anarchy. So over here, you have one or a few people making all the rules. And over here, it's basically no rules, do what thou will. And I know that some people define anarchy a little bit differently. That's probably another subject for another time. But this is how the founders use these terms, and this is how the founders frame their political spectrum. So between the two extremes of tyranny and anarchy, between ruler's law and no law was people's law. And between tyranny and anarchy, there is liberty. And they drafted the Constitution to set up a form of government that would preserve the center balance between these two extremes, between tyranny and anarchy. Um, and the conservatives are about conserving an originalist interpretation of the Constitution so that we can preserve the center balance between tyranny and anarchy and maximize liberty. Now, I know that because of conservatives' reputation, we don't. It might not seem that way. We might not always seem to be pro liberty, but that is what conservatism is about, and that is what conservatism is supposed to be about. But you may ask, well, what does that have to do with with holistic life, with a well-rounded life? Why am I always talking about politics one week and then holistic life the next week? Because I believe that the two are interconnected. First off, your political views stem from your religious and intellectual views. Um, Now, our political views stem from our ethics and religious views, mainly the question, when is it right to intervene into the life of someone else? And also your intellectual views, your views on history, economics, political science, all these different things will um, impact your political philosophy. Um, Sometimes it can be the other way around, but it generally shouldn't be. It generally should be your spiritual and intellectual views informing your political views. Um, Also, the philosophy of liberty uh, touches how we interact with our fellow man. When is it time to give people their space? Um, and a big thing about liberty that I'm still learning in my own personal life. Um, And finally, it also impacts our finances. Economics views how we so our economic views shape how we personally spend our money, and also how we want the government to spend our money. Is it the government's job to take care of the poor, or is it the job of the individual through private charities? Um, Finally, conservatives are very big on self governance. I've written an entire article on this. Uh, So basically, uh, the more that we are able to govern ourselves, the less of a government we'll need. Now, so there's always going to be people that are not able to govern themselves, and that's why we're always going to need a government. But the more people that can govern themselves, the less of the government that we will need. And the best way to do that is from this Gandhi quote: "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." If everyone did that, we would need less of a government, and we'd be all able to govern ourselves more. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a like our page on Facebook, and subscribe to us on YouTube. And then check back here every week for new videos. And don't forget to look for my goal coaching program. It's coming down the road. I promise it's coming soon. Thank you.